Honestly, I feel like brushes are the #1 underrated beauty product, but it is the #1 question I get asked when I am shooting a makeup tutorial. I think it's so important. How do you use your brushes? How do you store your brushes? How do you clean your brushes? So I brought in my favorite girl, Nikki La Rose, to give us the 101.
Yes, on how to use them,
how
what
to use
they're
them,
for,
what they're for. She's
what
give
does
us
what
does what. She's gonna give us the ultimate brush lesson.
Okay, so staples.
Staple brushes for your kit.
Okay, let's
do bare
do
minimum, and
yeah.
you go a little bit more.
And it could be really simple. You don't have to have 10 million brushes. Like, once again, like a prime example of like a multitasking brush, and we both have. So this is a NARS brush, but also a company called Japanesque sells this as well, and I believe it's actually cheaper when you buy from them.
Okay.
But this is a great multitasker. This is like something that every girl, guy, human should have. This is great for your powder, pressed powder, loose, whatever formula. It's great for obviously blush too. It's an amazing
so
blush
easy
brush.
to tap, and it doesn't get a lot of the
And it's
product
soft.
on
It's just foolproof.
Okay, what about a foundation brush?
My favorite, anything that is fluffy.
Oh, you love a fluff.
Something like this. These are amazing. This one's a little bit stiffer. It's more of a kabuki brush. Well, let's talk about this one first. This one's great for a fuller coverage. So since it has, you can see, like, feel that. It's super dense.
Oh, yes. You guys, this is super...
It's super soft. Too. Yeah. So when you want, let's say you want more coverage in your foundation.
I'm getting this one too. Hold on.
This is the ZOEVA
103 Defined Buffer.
So, and buffer, exactly, like it's gonna buff in your foundation, which is key if you want to look natural and more like skin, and for a fuller coverage. So if you want something with a lighter coverage, do something that's more fluffy.
Now,
these are amazing. It's MAC 188. This is a great brush. It's duo fiber, so half of it's synthetic, half of it is real hair.
This is the Morphe.
This is like the happy medium.
E49.
E49, I've been using that. I use that for other things too, but it's amazing for a foundation.
Let's talk about, go ahead, but this one.
The fan brush. So it looks so fancy, right? And it is fancy. This is great for powder highlighters. Anything when you want to hit the bridge of the nose, you want to get that cheekbone, you want to get above the orbital bone, you want to get the cupid's bow. This is amazing for powder highlighters. It's called a Luxe fan brush.
It's 129.
This is also not just for highlighter. This is also great. Like, let's say you're applying your eyeshadow and you have some fallout. You need something that's light. That's just gonna kind of dust that fallout off.
Okay, so let's go to the eyes.
You want to do? So eyes
She's
are
very specific.
Honestly, you could do like any look with, I'd say, like 4 brushes. Do you want to know what they are?
Loves this
maybe 5. Let's see.
You do not need 5 brushes.
I mean, we're talking
staple.
must-haves.
Okay, must-haves.
Must-haves to achieve any look. Okay, so a flat shader brush. This is, oh my gosh, I've had this brush for like 9 years. It's a MAC 239 brush. This is so great. If you buy MAC eyeshadow brushes, or just,
they're awesome.
They're the holy grail. You buy them once and you literally have them forever if you take care of them. So this one's a flat, like, they call it a shading brush. Anytime you're applying like a product directly to the eyelid, I love this brush because I can really pack on that color and deposit a lot and just really like buff that in.
And that's MAC 239.
239. So I got another MAC brush. This one is like literally like a cult favorite.
I have this brush.
I know you do.
I don't know why.
Everyone has this brush. So I've bought
MAC 217.
This is such a great blending brush. So anytime you're blending colors in the crease of your eye, so right in that center with like a windshield wiper motion, or like you could do like a couple like circles to blend.
My girl Dorothy Sims in Murray, Kentucky. Big Mama has that brush.
She does. Nice. She does. Oh, I love it. 224. Yep.
224. Yep.
224. This is like
just a little bit bigger, but like you can do anything.
Yeah. So this would be a larger blending brush. Same area. You just want to blend into the crease. This is great because it is larger, so it kind of covers more ground and it gets the job done faster. And it really helps to like give you that blown out and blended look. So these two for blending is all you need, and you will have them for the rest of your life if you buy them. This is a pencil brush. So what this does is it kind of smudges. It's like an intense blender. This is also great for like if you want to get fancy and like cut the crease of your eye. I love this brush for highlighting the tear duct of the eye. It's amazing for there. Since it is smaller, you want to think about using it for smaller spots. So like the tear duct. It's also great for the brow bone. You can bring it to the face too. You can do the Cupid's bow. You can do like a little dot on the nose. Amazing for blending. Also too, if you're doing like that heavy eyeliner look, like on the bottom lash line, you want to blend it out.
Smooth it out.
This is,
you got to have an angle.
Absolutely a must. So whether you're using it for to fill in your eyebrows, to define them, to shape them, or if you're using it to get a winged eyeliner or any kind of eyeliner, this is absolutely a must. I've even used this too with a gel eyeliner to tight line the inside of my client's
which means
lash line.
Underneath.
So just inside, if you delicately place it up in there.
It really works
on the
and
bottom.
It really opens the eye.
Yeah. This is also, I mean, I've used this for like lip lining too. So multitasker, definitely a must. It's the MAC 263.
So concealer brushes, your favorite.
So a couple of staples I would say is, again, it's a MAC brush. This is
She's
the
not
MAC.
getting paid, but she should get paid for MAC.
I used to get paid for MAC back when I started. It's a MAC 242 brush. So a brush like this is definitely a must because you can see it's small and it's flat and you'll have a lot of control. So
and
this
it
is
goes
great
in flat, like where you need it.
For me, when I'm doing concealer under the eyes, I like something that's more fluffy. So I'll actually use something that's a little more like a blending eyeshadow brush. It's a MAC brush, I know. This is the MAC 286, and I like this because the under eye area is so delicate and the skin is so thin typically that I don't like to pack things on that area. I like to like softly apply and blend, and this is just kind of like almost like emulates like the touch of your finger, like, so it's really gentle. I just like kind of like to tap it in and then I'll buff out the rest since it is like a blending brush.
I think that's a really good tip that a lot of people think it's just about the flat brush, but actually the more fluffy kind of gets in there and it doesn't make it as heavy.
And another one I love too is from Real Techniques. This one's great. It's a little bit larger, but
I would not think of that for under eye.
It is so good under the eye, and it's great for liquid application and also for powder. So if you're powdering under your eye, this is such a great brush. It's Real Techniques. You can get that at Walmart or Target.
Okay, good. I love that. Look how fluffy.
Super affordable. Yep.
So powder or liquid.
So when I love it for both. It's a great multitasker. This is also great for like cream contour.
Okay, I have one brush that I'm dying to ask you about that I got talked into, which was kind of expensive.
Yeah.
It's called the Artist, and it's like this flat and sturdy.
It's okay. I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like when these brushes came out, the shape and the design were a little bit...
They have a whole series of these.
A little gimmicky.
Right.
But I did try them, and I actually have a couple. I just don't use them in my kit because they're really hard, personally, they're hard for me to clean.
Right.
And I'm all about sanitation, so if I can't clean it really well, I'm not gonna use it in my kit. But they're nice. These are actually great for like contouring too. Right. They're great for like buffing in your concealer, anything like, it's a nice brush, definitely a nice brush. I wouldn't say it's a must. Right. If you bought it and you enjoy it, then
I enjoyed it for a little while. I found it so hard to get clean. One last thing, the Beauty Blender. You use it a lot, but it doesn't really ever replace a brush.
It does sometimes.
Does it?
Yeah. I love a Beauty Blender or a Beauty Sponge. I love them.
So do I need that for my kit?
But again, that's personal preference. It's not a brush, but it's a great tool.
Okay, lip brushes. Do you think they are a necessity?
I'd say you should have one lip brush.
Yeah. I have one.
Yeah,
I
have one personally, and that's all you need. Like a good example is like just like a little guy like this, and this is great when you're applying like sometimes like a liquid lipstick because you can really get in there and make sure that line is nice and clean, and you can really shape the lip with it.
And I use it just at my Cupid's bow right here.
Yeah.
Okay, cleaning. You're all about hygiene, getting your brushes clean, and I think this is a step. I got yelled out for not flossing enough. This is a step that is very important with your brushes to clean them.
So
bacterial infections, acne, things, clogged pores are really sometimes you're actually doing it
on your
to
brushes.
yourself.
Yeah. So a quick way to clean your brushes when you're on the go, like let's say, for example, you're on vacation. So not me personally, but for someone like you're on vacation. My brushes are dirty. I don't want to go through the process of like really deep cleaning them. A great solution that everyone should have is a brush cleaner. So this is a spray one. This one is from Sephora. It's called a daily brush cleaner. And what I would do is just take a paper towel.
You spray it first?
Yeah, I don't spray the brushes directly. I don't recommend that. Spray the paper towel or whatever you're using. And then let's take an actual dirty brush. Molly. Oh my, and you just want to see, look how dirty that brush is. This smells really good. So this will sanitize them.
Okay, I'm getting this one. Quick drying, alcohol-free brush cleaner.
Yeah. So what they mean by quick drying is you can literally clean your brush and then apply your blush or whatever you're using right away. Depending on like how much time you have, or like if you really want your brushes to have longevity and you want them to feel silky soft and I know it's kind of funny. I would suggest washing them with a shampoo and then conditioning them, which sounds like so tedious to condition your brushes.
Shampoo and conditioner. I love this one. I use it on my kids. It's called GRIFF and EYE Rose.
What I would suggest first, since a shampoo isn't antibacterial, you still want to get the bacteria off of your brushes. So what I would do, what I suggest is just spray them with a little bit of alcohol.
I love this. She has her own.
Yeah, I keep that on my kid to like clean things and keep it
alcohol.
sanitary.
99%.
Do you like my handwriting?
I do. I love it.
So spray your brushes first with any kind of alcohol spray. Don't douse them. You don't want to douse them because that's going to dry them out. So just, yeah, that's good. So give them a quick spray and then go in with your shampoo. This is actually a genius tool. This one's from
that?
SEPHORA.
I was just looking at that.
So they make a ton of these. There's so many. I have a couple at home too.
I've never even seen
Some
this.
of them have little suctions too where you can put them inside your sink, which is the ones I have, and it's super convenient. So what this does is you put it on top of your hand, put some shampoo here, get your brush, buff off all that product, and it really helps to get everything out of there. So instead of using like your hand or any other tool you would use, this is amazing for that. Since your brushes are gonna be soaking wet, let's say most brushes they have a wooden handle. So let's say it's soaking wet and you just plop it right back in your brush holder and it's standing straight up. You're gonna warp your brushes and it's gonna expand and they're gonna break apart and then you're gonna have to buy new ones. So when you deep clean them, when they're soaking wet, take a towel, lay them
such
flat.
a good tip. Look
Yeah.
at that.
So any towel, obviously.
And then do you go like this?
You know, I would
just
let them air
dry.
Yeah. Overnight, we'll do it, and then when you wake up or the next day, they're gonna be nice and dry and ready to go.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh,
I love
no
you.
problem. I love you too.
Every time you
Get this
guys
brush.
clean your brush, you're gonna think of Nikki and myself. You're gonna have such a clear, beautiful face.
And your makeup will go, like, you'll notice too such a difference when you clean your foundation brush, for example. Oh my gosh, the next day your makeup will be flawless.
It does.
You're
It goes
starting
on
clean.
It goes on clean, and it goes on like, especially like more even.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right.
Keep them clean.
Keep it clean.